Josh, I'm sorry. Do you mind going out to get May for me today?
Huh? But today's supposed to be your day to get her.
I'm sorry. I just have to go to a dinner today that I'm not able to skip out on to come home. Even my boss is telling me that I have to come or I'll lose my job. And so I said yes to going. I don't think he was being serious about it, but...
Are you kidding me? I already have plans of my own going on this afternoon with friends of mine.
Can you find some way to tell your friends that you have to go and get your daughter because I need to work late?
I guess so. I'll figure something out. I guess I have no choice to help avoid causing more trouble at her preschool again.
I'm so sorry. Thank you, Josh. I have a lot on my plate right now that the company is trusting me with. And this dinner tonight, I have to be there in order to make a good impression. It's for a new deal that the company is trying to make, and if I can help seal said deal, then I'll be promised a large bonus.
Well, if your boss is threatening your job over it, and you're also expected to get a bonus for doing it, I guess I can't really ask you to do anything else. But next time this happens, please tell me a little sooner, okay? Last week I ended up having to go every day to get May from her school. Actually, if you're going to be busy for a little while with work, how about I just plan on getting her every day?
Having you get her every day is a bit too far, right? I can't ask you to do that.
But if you keep doing what you've done today, it's much more of a pain in the butt for me. So I'd rather just handle her for a bit now so that you can just focus on work.
I'm fine, though. I'll make sure that at least 2 times a week I'll be there to go and get her. I mean, time with May has already been dwindling, so I can't just let you take care of her forever. It's not good for her to grow up with only you around, right?
But when you're that busy, you shouldn't push yourself to be around her. The company I'm at is actually pretty lax, so I can do things like this any day. They even let me work from home half the time.
You don't have to worry yourself with her all the time, though. Allow me to go and at least get her twice a week. If not, your mom might start asking me to quit my job in order to be around May more.
Huh? My mom would do that? Why would she?
Well, recently when we met for the 4th of July, she asked me if I've really been keeping up with the chores in the house and raising my kid.
I don't think she meant anything deep by that question. My mom is not the kind of person to tell you that you can't work while I'm also working. If anything, I think she supports you working as well as me.
And that's because she's your mother. But she treats me a whole lot different than how she acts around you. After all, your mom has always been a housewife, right? So I think she expects me to do the same for you and May, and leave my job for the home.
You think so? I'm sorry. But I don't really think my mom is the kind of woman who would care about you working or not.
I get that that's the picture you have of her in your head, but I promise you that she's thinking of it every time she talks to me.
But she hasn't made any comments about you and your job yet, right?
That's because she's trying not to upset me yet. She's probably had her moments where she's really wanted to say something about me but held it in. She's not the kind to tell someone straight. But I know that she's feeling a bit frustrated by me.
You really think that? Well, I never noticed her acting that way.
It's fine. I just want you to understand what I'm seeing from her, okay? When it comes to one of my friend's husbands, he went to his mom and asked her not to say anything to his wife, and she ended up never saying anything again. If you were to say anything about this to your mom, I'd probably divorce you.
I don't think you have to. I'm sure that he was just doing that so his wife could calm down.
Right? Well, I'm glad you won't do anything unwarranted like that to me, though, so thank you.
Are you sure you don't want me to tell my mom? I mean, it wouldn't cause you any harm for me to at least warn my mom, right?
Don't do that. I've been doing good so far, keeping things from getting out of hand. I already told you that I'd leave you if you did that, right? Because it would only make things worse between us. You don't want to ruin the relationships in this family, right?
Well, yeah. Sorry about that. But I feel like just bearing something like this all your life might be pretty risky as well. So if you want me to talk to her about it ever, let me know, please.
I will. Thank you, Josh. I need to get back to work here soon. I guess, have a safe drive to go get May today.
Sure thing. You'll be out for dinner tonight, so I can't expect you won't be home until later, right?
That's right. You can even head to bed before me if you want.
Understood. Well, good luck today. Trisha, are you at the hotel now?
Yeah, we just finished the dinner and made it back to my room. I'm so worn out after that.
Well, they made you go on a business trip without even consulting you first. May is already asleep now.
That's right, it's already close to 10 now. I'm sorry. I was really wanting to finish that dinner a lot sooner so that you could have a video call with me. But at the start of dinner, they brought another customer along, and so it went an hour longer.
That's too bad. I'm sure it already sucks having to be on that trip and everything without an earlier notice. But just know that when you get back, you can have lots of time to play with May. I feel that you and May haven't had a lot of time to play recently, so it'll be refreshing for the two of you.
That's so right. I feel so bad for doing that to her. At this point, if your mom is to say something about me, I'd have nothing to reply back to her with.
Huh? Has my mom been saying things to you again recently?
Yeah. But you don't have to worry about saying anything to her about it, okay?
What did she say to you this time, though?
Things about raising May and things to do with getting the chores done. She's always on me about that stuff, though, so you don't have to worry. But it really does make me feel bad about my situation with May. Feeling that kind of stress now really hurts in a way.
I'm really sorry about that. Are you really going to be okay? I can tell her to stop saying things about that to you. But are you really sure you want to keep going on without her stopping that? It has to be mentally tiresome for you, right?
No worries, really. Whether she talks to me about it or not, she's telling the truth. So I'm better off just letting her say what she has to say and then moving on. And after this week is over, I'll have a bit more time on my hands to spend with May, so don't worry at all.
Sure. Sounds good. But listen. Next week is Mother's Day. I was planning on all of us going to see my mom then, but we should probably just not do that, right?
You don't have to say no to going. She'll think something's up if we all cancel those plans now. But do you think this time I can just stay home while you and May go? I've been pretty busy recently, and I just don't have the energy to see her next week.
All right. Then I guess it's just May and I going. It's your day off, after all, so take all the time you need to relax, okay?
Thank you, Josh. I'll make a present together with May to give your mom, okay?
What are you planning to make for her this year? Last year you made a decorated picture frame with all of our pictures in it, right?
I haven't made up my mind yet on that. When I'm back from this trip, I'll get together with May and decide.
Okay. I'll buy something for her later from myself then.
Sure, that would be great. Now I'm gonna get a shower in before I head to bed.
Sounds good. Have a great night. And good luck with work tomorrow. Mom, thank you for today. And May is telling me that she had a great time seeing you after so long. I know it's Mother's Day, but thank you for making all the food for us.
Oh, you don't have to be thankful for that. May was asking me to make her something to eat, so that's what I did. But when it comes to that present, I'm a bit concerned.
Are you talking about the new kitchen knife I got for you? Is it not the kind you like to use? You told me before that you wanted a really good kitchen knife, right?
I'm not talking about that. I had to throw away that gift from your daughter. I know it might be a joke, but it was a bad one.
You threw away the present May gave to you? Huh? Mom, what the heck? May worked so hard making that present for you. Why the heck did you choose to throw it out? You were so happy when she handed it to you, right?
Can you come back to my house, please? When you see what I was looking at, you'd think the same thing as me.
See what you saw? The present that May gave to you were cookies, right?
Well, when the two of you left, I was cleaning things up and I took a bit off of one of those cookies from May. And when I took a bite, there were peanuts on the inside of them.
What? You have a peanut allergy, right, Mom? Are you all right now?
Well, had I gone and eaten them all, I wouldn't be. But I only took a bite of one, and that just made my face swell up a bit and go red. I'm happy I had my steroids on me to take right after, or else I'd be in an ambulance right now. I'm not sure if all the medication will make it go away, so the next day I have open, I'm going to the clinic.
I'm sorry.
Josh, I'm sorry, but this time was unacceptable. You understand why, right? The person that is responsible for doing this to me must be...
Trisha, right? She made those cookies with May.
You leave her right now.
Now, wait a second. Well, she really did mess up this time. Something that nobody should ever want to do. After all, this time there was a real chance of you dying because of what she made for you.
Trisha knows better than anyone else that my allergy to peanuts is really, really bad, right? Before, at that restaurant where we all had dinner together, she saw me pass out due to not being able to breathe.
Yeah. But listen, Mom, the way you want me to handle this just isn't right. I'm not quite sure yet that she did all of this on purpose to you. Or at least, she may have had a reason for it.
No matter how hard you try and look at this, you have to see that she is the one to blame.
But listen, Mom. For a long time now, you've been saying a lot of things to her that may have been really upsetting her. Asking her about doing all the chores at home and caring for May. I think she wasn't happy to hear all of that from you over and over again. That's why I think it all got to her, and that's why she did this.
Josh, I've never asked you anything about raising May and whether or not she's doing the chores. And even if I had been, it wasn't out of malice towards her. I'm sorry. There is actually something I haven't been telling you about.
Something you haven't been telling me about?
About your wife. She's been... well, Trisha's been cheating on you. That's kind of why, above all else, you really need to leave her. And after today, she really needs to go, sooner rather than later. I never thought she'd take it all this far to try and get rid of me.
You're telling me Trisha is cheating on me? Can you stop with that dry joke, Mom? I get that you're my mom and all, but a joke like that would piss me off.
Why would I ever joke with you about something like this? Is Tricia even at the house with you right now?
No, she has something going on for a little longer before she has to come home.
Then can you grab May and come back over to my house one more time? I'll have her be watched over by someone I trust in the neighborhood while we go out. I want to tell and show you everything. Josh? Was your mom all right?
She's doing a little better than she was yesterday, but her lips and eyes are still a bit swollen.
I see. To think that May would put those peanuts she bought into the cookies. I really should have done a better job watching what she was doing there. Are you going to be staying over at your mom's house now to watch after her? Oh, I'm sorry. It's because of us that you have to stay there. I should probably go over there to apologize to her as well, huh?
You don't have to bother with coming to her house anymore.
Oh, I knew it. Your mom is pissed at me.
Well, she's not the only one upset with you. I'm not in the mood to forgive you either.
What do you mean you're not in the mood to... forgive me? Do you think I did all of that on purpose or something?
That's the only thing we can think happened.
I seriously didn't know a thing about the peanuts. I made sure that May didn't use anything sharp while making those cookies like knives. And while she was mixing them together, I must have had my eyes off of her.
The peanuts that were in these cookies were very well chopped, though. And when looking at the cookies, you couldn't even tell there were peanuts in them, because they weren't mixed in, but placed inside. When I broke another one of those cookies in half, those peanuts looked like they were placed very delicately in the center, as so nobody could see them. You expect us to believe that our 5-year-old daughter could do something like that?
I have no idea. Couldn't this just be a coincidence? I never even used any peanuts in the recipe.
You did all of this because you know my mom is aware of you cheating on me, right?
Did you hear about all of this from your mom?
Yeah.
Ugh, crap. Listen, Josh, your mom is just saying that I'm the one that did it out of spite. She must have seen me when I was walking alongside another man and thought I was going out with him or something. She's made that lie up saying I'm dating him or something when I'm not. At the time she saw me, I was working and everything. She just didn't know the man I was next to, and that's why she wouldn't believe me when I said he was a coworker.
Are you really trying to tell me that you haven't been cheating on me?
Yes, I am. And if you won't believe me, I'll get my coworker to come and vouch for me as well. He would be more than happy to help clear things up for me.
Who is that coworker you're talking about?
His name is Samuel Richardson.
I see. Trisha, I want a divorce.
Huh? Why? Are you seriously going to only believe what your mother is saying?
I am.
I've been telling you that your mom doesn't even have any evidence of it. She's just trying to drive the both of us apart is all. Why are you still listening to her when I'm telling you Samuel can come and vouch for me? You're my husband, and you should be on your wife's side in all of this, right?
But we do have evidence of you cheating.
What?
My mom asked you back then to stop what you were doing and just come back to me, and she'd never say a word about it, right? We have a little girl at home and all. And she knew that I really loved you and that you meant the world to me. She was going to let it all go had you just stopped cheating on me then, right?
But your mom ended up telling you just a little while ago that I've been cheating on you.
And that's because you didn't stop, Trisha. The first time my mom only witnessed the two of you, and so she couldn't get any evidence of it. But she wanted to make sure that you were no longer going out with that man, and so she asked a private detective to follow you.
She got a detective to come after me?
My mom is the kind of woman that always wants to make 100% sure everything is fine. And had you just stopped cheating, none of this would have had to happen. The fact that you had the nerve to continue cheating on me even after my mom warned you is what gets me off. And you put those peanuts in her cookies thinking that she wouldn't have any evidence of you continuing to cheat on me, right? You've been trying for a while now to get me to distance myself from my mom, right? That's the whole reason you've always been crying about how she's been picking on you and such, right?
Josh, you're wrong. I haven't been cheating.
You and that Samuel Richardson have slept together a few times already, right? And as for that business trip you were just on, it was really a vacation that the two of you took together. You literally went out on a vacation to have sex with him. So stop trying to say you weren't ever cheating on me. I've seen all the evidence of this, and you're done for, Trisha. So you can keep saying that you haven't been cheating on me, but I'll never trust your words again.
I was on that trip for work, though. And to make sure that I did really well at my job, I needed to have my coworker with me to help. Samuel tends to have a really good way with words. And he took really good care of me at work.
So you're saying that anyone that takes good care of you at work is worth sleeping with? Well, I guess that's what you mean by care then, huh?
That's not what I mean. As a woman, the only way to move up in this company is to do what's necessary. Everyone in this company is still really low down that's a woman. And since I could use him to get up, I had to do what it took.
Then you wouldn't mind me going into the company and asking them what position you're in at the moment. You really put in a lot of effort to make sure that you get all your work done and look good for promotion, right? I think I'll head over tomorrow to ask your boss about you. I want him to tell me that you're working so hard for that promotion, that you're even putting your body out there.
I'm sorry. Please do not do that, though.
So are you going to confess to all this being a lie on your end?
Yes.
That's what I thought. I've already heard about how you rarely ever get any of your work done in the company. You just sit there at your desk looking at your phone or going over to see Samuel, right? And when work begins to become hectic, you leave instead of supporting the team. And when you have the time to go get May from preschool, you make up a lie forcing me to go, so that you have time to go to Samuel's house and cook for him. And when my mom found out about you, you tried to silence her in order to keep your affairs a secret from me. You're the worst wife ever.
I'm sorry. I promise that I'll stop cheating on you now.
You don't have to stop. I'm the one that'll be divorcing you anyway. And what you do will have nothing to do with me after.
I don't want a divorce. I don't want you to leave me.
Why not?
Because you and May are important to me.
If we were really important to you, then you would have never slept with him. If you had a bit of sense in you, you would have listened to my mom when she told you to stop.
I won't cheat anymore, though. I promise to never ever stab you in the back again. None of it was serious between us. And we never had any plans to keep all of this going on forever. And we were already in the talks of breaking things off and everything.
But you kept it going until I had to find out. And even went as far as to try to make my mom eat peanuts when she's deathly allergic to them. I'm sorry, Trisha, but I don't need people around me that think it's okay to hurt their own family like you have.
I will apologize to your mom. I will do whatever you ask me to do to get you to forgive me.
This is not something you can fix with an apology, you idiot. You're messed up. You could have killed my mom with what you did, and you probably really hoped that would have been the outcome, right? And trying to blame that on your own daughter. That's the worst part of all of this.
I'm so sorry, Josh. I'm so very sorry.
You can apologize all you want, but my heart has already changed. A mom that doesn't care to be with her own daughter so that she can sleep with another man. Giving her mother-in-law peanuts even though she could die from eating them. I don't need someone like you in my life. None of us do. So you can go ahead and cheat or do whatever you want with that guy. Because we no longer have anything to do with a witch that thinks cheating and saying bad things about her mother-in-law is okay. I continued to have talks with Trisha, and then about a month after, we finally got a divorce. When it came to the custody of my daughter, it was all given to me by the judge based off the evidence of Trisha both cheating on me and not showing any actual want for May to be her daughter. When May was asked by the judge whether she wanted Trisha to stay, even she said that she didn't really care where she went, which pretty much sealed the deal. And as for the settlement to me for cheating, and the settlement to my mom for trying to kill her, Trisha was forced to use almost everything she had saved up. Before the divorce, she tried to battle my choice to get that settlement from her, but I told her I could bring all of this up to her boss instead if that would be better, and that got her to shut up really quick. And when it came to the settlement for my mom, that one had to be settled in court. My mom originally wanted Trisha to end up in jail or something for what she had done to my mom, but then the judge ruled that she would instead have to pay for all of my mom's medical bills, as well as for causing the trouble she had. This led to her having to actually pay an even larger settlement to my mom than to me, and this was what really ruined Trisha's bank account. Along with that, she was kicked out of the house and didn't even say a word to me as she walked out. After leaving my house, she went back to Samuel's house to try and seek help there, but he told her that he had no desires of making her his wife. And it wasn't just him telling her he didn't want her, but within the company itself a rumor began to spread about the two of them having an affair, and that forced Trisha to go back to her parents' house. She would receive a call from her boss later on, stating that she had lost her job due to never showing back up to work, but for also having affairs with another employee within the company. I received a call from her parents apologizing for what she'd done, and they had told me that she had actually locked herself in her old bedroom and would rarely come out. I'm kind of wondering why she would be all upset and depressed about this when she was the one that chose her path. But as long as she's nowhere near me and my family, I don't care how things turn out for her. I think it's better that she stays in that room forever anyway, so that she can be filled with thoughts of regret about what she did. I was so shocked when I heard about all this from my mom on that day. I was kind of in the same state as Trisha is now at first, since my brain freezes up and shuts down due to all the shocking information. But unlike her, I know that I'm not the one to blame, and that I still have my family here with me, and my job. I was really worried about getting a divorce as well, and would always think about if it was right or not to want such a thing. I never had to think about what was the best choice for my daughter, but as of now, I know that divorce was the best option we had. I sold our house a little while after, and moved back in with my mom, where May is actually really happy to be with her grandma all the time. I can understand my daughter being a little hurt right now about losing her mom and everything, but I'll make sure with the help of my mother that she forgets all of those memories of her mom. And to do that, my mom and I are going to love her more than she's ever been loved before.